Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 19th of February. Canadian Prime Minister visits Indian Prime Minister Modi's home province, Gujarat. Afghan Interior Ministry unveils 4-year plan to speed up reforms. And Nepal marks its 68th Democracy Day in capital Kathmandu. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi made his second visit to poll-bound southern Karnataka province on Monday. He inaugurated 3 projects and also addressed an election rally in Mysuru district. The elections in Karnataka are likely to have an impact on national level politics when the country heads to general elections next year.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday made his second visit to poll-bound southern Karnataka province to take part in Mahamastak Abhishek celebrations of the Jain community in Hassan district. Addressing the gathering, the Prime Minister said that saints and seers from India have always served society and made a positive difference. During the event, he also inaugurated a newly constructed 50-bed general hospital in the district. Later in the day, the Prime Minister also commissioned the electrified Mysuru-Bengaluru railway line and flagged off the Palace Queen Humsafar express train from Mysuru city to Udaipur in northwestern Rajasthan province. As poll season heats up in the province, the Prime Minister also addressed a rally in Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaia's home district of Mysuru. Karnataka is one of the few provinces where the opposition Congress party is in power, and the polls in the province are likely to have an impact on national level politics when the country heads to general elections next year.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Monday visited Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's home province, Gujarat. During his week-long trip to India, Trudeau is scheduled to meet top Indian leadership to enhance bilateral cooperation.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Monday, the third day of his trip to India, visited the Sabarmati Ashram, a hermitage in Western India which was set up by Mahatma Gandhi, an icon of the Indian independence movement. At the hermitage in Ahmedabad city of Gujarat province, Trudeau, accompanied by his family, paid tribute to Gandhi and also learned about spinning cotton on Gandhi's trademark wheel, charkha. The Canadian Prime Minister, along with his wife and 3 children, later also visited the Akshardham Temple, a famous Hindu temple in Gandhinagar city of India's western Gujarat province. Later in the day, Trudeau addressed a gathering of students at the Indian Institute of Management in Ahmedabad. The Canadian Prime Minister, during his week-long visit to India, is also scheduled to hold bilateral meetings with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The 2 leaders are expected to focus on trade, defence and civil nuclear cooperation. Trudeau's first visit to the country after becoming Canada's Prime Minister is aimed at further strengthening bilateral ties between India and Canada.
Moving on to news from Pakistan. Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI has confirmed party chief Imran Khan's marriage to his spiritual guide Bushra Menaka, thus ending weeks of speculation about the union. Khan, a cricketer turned politician, married Bushra in a simple ceremony held in Lahore on Sunday. He had previously referred to Bushra, a mother of 5, as a spiritual advisor and someone whose guidance he valued. Photos of the couple showed a 65-year-old Khan wearing a dark blazer over a traditional white salwar kameez, while Bushra is clad head to feet in a grey robe with a red veil covering her face. Khan's first marriage to British socialite Jemima Khan ended in 2004, while his second marriage to former BBC journalist Reham Khan ended after 9 months in 2015 following a whirlwind romance. Over the past year, Imran Khan has seen his political stock rise in Pakistan following the ouster of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif through judicial proceedings that he had championed. Moving on, top leader of Muttahida Qawmi Movement or MQM, Altaf Hussain, has alleged that party leader Dr. Hassan Zafar Arif was killed by Pakistani security forces. The Muhajir community's mainstream political party, MQM, has long accused the voices of persons who try to highlight the gross human rights violations are muzzled by Pakistani forces.
Altaf Hussain, a senior leader of Muhajir community's mainstream political party, Muttahida Qawmi Movement or MQM, has alleged that party leader Dr. Hassan Zafar Arif was assassinated while in custody of security forces of Pakistan. MQM's leader Dr. Hassan Zafar Arif was found dead in a car in Pakistan's Karachi city on January 14th, a day after his abduction. Addressing a condolence reference in memory of Dr. Arif in London, party leaders said Dr. Arif's struggle against the extrajudicial killings of Muhajirs was constantly subdued by the forces of tyranny, but he continued to fight for their rights. Party leaders claim that MQM, a democratically elected mainstream political party of Muhajirs, has been facing an announced ban on its activities in the country. Political activists have long accused the voices of persons who try to highlight the gross human rights violations by Pakistani forces are muzzled by using force.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's Interior Ministry on Sunday unveiled its 4-year strategic plan that will boost reforms in the ministry and within the structures of the Afghan National Police. The plan also categorizes some internal and external threats to Afghan national security and national interest.
Afghan Interior Ministry on Sunday unveiled its strategic plan that will boost reforms in the ministry and within the structures of the Afghan National Police for about 4 coming years. Key measures in the plan include the fight against corruption, the need for professional training of Afghan police forces, and systematic reforms in certain sectors. Representatives of Afghanistan's donor countries like the European Union and the UN, along with the Afghan police, welcomed the move.
کسایی که در داخل وزارت داخله در سطوح رهبری متوسط و تا سطوح پایین تا سطح اجرایی و بالاخره عملیاتی کار میکنن، اینا از طریق سیستم با پلیس کار کنن، نه از طریق افراد و شخص و به می شکل.
ما یک جا کار میکنیم که اصلاحات بیشتر در وزارت امور داخله به میان آید. این برنامه نشان دهنده مبارزه در برابر فساد اداری، دادن نقش بیشتر به زنان افغانستان در پلیس و تقویت پلیس است.
The Interior Ministry had been working on the project for the past 4 months in a bid to map out the activities of the Afghan National Police over the next 4 years. The new plan also categorizes some internal and external threats to Afghanistan's national security and national interests.
A massive cleanup operation was kick-started recently in Afghanistan's Kunduz city. The initiative was taken by the municipality department of the city to restore order in the war-torn city.
The Kunduz city municipality in Afghanistan recently launched a cleanup operation to restore some order to the war-torn city. Some of the projects being implemented by the municipality include road and alley maintenance and the establishment of at least 4 parks for residents. The formerly unemployed Kunduz residents have welcomed the move as the massive cleanup operation has also resulted in 550 new jobs for both men and women.
پروژه‌های خیلی خوبی دیگه هم داریم که ما بتانیم به خاطر زیبایی و پاککاری داخل شهر قندوز ما کارهای خوب و عملی را انجام بدیم.
As the city's appearance slowly improves, so does the mood of the people. With these changes, people are hoping to lead a normal life.
Nepal on Monday observed its 68th Democracy Day in capital Kathmandu city. To mark the day, a special program with military parade was carried out by the Nepal Army at Tundikel, Kathmandu. President Bidya Devi Bhandari and newly appointed Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli were among the high-ranking officials present during the celebrations. The dignitaries released white pigeons wishing for peace in the nation. Oli, who was appointed as the country's Prime Minister last week, said that the era has begun to materialize people's long-cherished dream of witnessing development, political stability and prosperity in the nation. He appealed to all the citizens to help in making the new development goals a grand success. The participants also observed a 1-minute silence in memory of all known and unknown martyrs who sacrificed their lives for the sake of the country and the people. A cultural festival for the transgender community in India's eastern Kolkata city was held on Sunday. The event, which also included many activities for the community, aimed at promoting equal treatment of the transgender.
An organization working for equal treatment of the transgender in India's eastern Kolkata city organized a cultural festival, Rainbow Carnival, for transgender community on Sunday. Jewelry items, lifestyle accessories, paper crafts, bakery items and much more was on display at the stalls in the carnival. Transgender also participated in a number of sports activities held to boost their confidence and encourage their participation in societal tours.
SAFO organized this carnival just to make sure that the LGBTQ communities across the state, they have a platform to showcase their, innovation, to showcase their, their intelligence.
In a landmark judgment in 2014, India's apex court ruled transgender people had equal rights under the law and granted legal status to the third gender. Many of the country's sexual minorities, especially transgender people who are more visible, live on fringes of society, are forced into sex trade and face discrimination in employment and basic services such as health and education.
Apple orchard owners of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province were relieved after the valley received fresh spell of snowfall recently. Fruit growers are now hoping for a better harvest with a recent spell of snow.
Fruit growers in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province were relieved as the valley received fresh spell of snowfall recently. Paddy cultivators and apple orchard owners expressed happiness over the change in the weather as it would help get a good crop and yield. Kashmir is popular for a range of fruits which grow in the region including apples and many others.
इस बर्फबारी से इन पौधों में नई जान आ गई. इसके बड़े अच्छे फ़वाइद हैं. एक जो उसकी मॉइस्चर की कमी इन पेड़ों में थी वो पूरी हो गई. दूसरा, इस मॉइस्चर से क्या फ़ायदा होगा, एप्पल का जो बेसिकली क्रॉप है इसको 1000 आवर्स साल में चिलिंग इफेक्ट चाहिए. एक तो वो चिलिंग इफेक्ट इसको रेगुलरली आ गया.
लेकिन अब जो ये स्नोफॉल हुए इससे हमारी बहुत मदद होगी और अब मैं चाहता हूँ कि आगे भी होना चाहिए स्नोफॉल. उससे क्या ना जो आगे हमारा जो फ्रूट का जो ट्रेड होगा वो अच्छा होगा.
According to reports, Kashmir has received 60% less snow and rain so far this winter, with temperatures hovering 5 degrees above average. The fresh snowfall emerged as a ray of hope as it is being seen as a sign of bearable summers as well.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Canadian Prime Minister visits Indian Prime Minister Modi's home province, Gujarat. Afghan Interior Ministry unveils 4-year plan to speed up reforms. And Nepal marks its 68th Democracy Day in capital Kathmandu. Now, viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.